Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Kristen with Monarch Plans, and today I'm doing my plan with me for the week of January 25th through January 31st. I am going to be using this kit from Lemon and Honey Studio. This one is a little bit older, I think goes from last year at some point, and I guess we will just get started. I have a pretty busy week. I have some stuff going on that's definitely not normal for my normal work weeks and my normal weeks. So I'm excited for that, but let me just get started in putting down some of the washi here. So I think I'll do the thicker washi down on the bottom and then the thin washi up at the top. I don't know quite yet if I will put the date headers on, but we'll just have to see. So let me do this. I guess I'll put on the thick washi first. I guess it doesn't matter. But I'm just trying to get into my MakseLife and figure out exactly how I'm going to be using kits in here. And I've kind of experimented with using like full boxes and different like thicknesses of washi and different types of kits and everything. And I think I've kind of figured it out, but really every single week is kind of different in terms of how I'm using the kits. So it's just kind of fun trying out different things. So I'm going to trim this. A lot of you guys still ask me what this is. It's like a little plastic like washi slicer, and I have a link in my Amazon shop so you can find that there. And one thing I've noticed is there's some stickers that really don't come up very easily in the MakseLife. I think the paper is just very smooth. And I barely even pressed down these stickers, but it did like tear up some of the actual paper in the MakseLife. So I always try to be really careful when I'm taking stickers up in my MakseLife planner, but I find it almost always rips, even though I didn't like smooth down this side. So that's just something to keep in mind if you do have a MakseLife and you're trying to like adjust stickers and stuff like that, is it's sometimes not the easiest and makes me a little nervous. I always try to like keep the stickers off the page, but that's kind of hard sometimes. So just keep that in mind. I noticed it over the past few weeks and it's a little bit frustrating, but I don't really know how to solve that issue. But I really haven't had that issue in a lot of other planners, so I'm not quite sure what the difference is, like maybe with this paper or I don't know. But there is the bottom washi. Let me put on the top washi really quickly. I feel like I haven't been very consistent with my YouTube videos, and I apologize for that. I know I talked about it last time, and I'm really just trying to balance just like my full-time job and my Etsy shop and everything with my YouTube channel. And January is definitely like the absolute busiest time for me in terms of my full-time job out of the entire year. So January is very, very hard for me to find balance sometimes in terms of like when I can film, because a lot of times I'm working late in the evenings or I'm working on weekends. And so sometimes when I plan to film, I instead have to be working. It's just kind of confusing, overwhelming, all of that stuff. And then sometimes when I'm finished with work in the evenings, I just frankly don't feel like sitting down and talking and doing a plan with me and everything. So I'm just really trying to listen to what like my mind and my body needs. And that is what it needed. Was I just needed to take a step away for a couple weeks just to make sure I was able to focus on my work and on my home life and on my Etsy shop. I've kind of mentioned this before, is like I absolutely love having a YouTube channel and I'm dedicated to keeping it up and continuing with it. But in the scheme of like priorities in my life, it's not at the top of my list just because I don't pay all my bills with my YouTube channel. So I apologize for, inconsistencies, but it's honestly just sometimes what is best for me in the moment. So there is that. And okay, so I have all of the washi in. I think that looks good. And I don't actually think I'll put the date dots on, just because I think I will be using the full boxes this week again, and then I'll have like a lot of colorful boxes and stuff like that as well. So it almost would be, in my opinion, a little bit too busy if I threw in the headers, but this kind of simplifies a little bit. So let me go in and put in a couple things on my sidebar. I don't have a lot of things that need to go in over there, but I think I will use this Choose Kindness full box. So put this up here. And I just try to like line it up. Really, there's no, there, that's kind of perfect. It ends up like right at the very top of the page, so it ends up working out perfectly. And then what I'm going to do is put in a little scalloped header right here, and use my little this week sticker. I have a couple things that I need to put over here in this column just that I need to remember. So it's helpful to have this list over here, and sorry if you can hear my dogs. Of course, when I start to film, they get into like a playful mood. I don't know if that helps or that happens to anybody else, but it happens like every single time I film. And if I don't let them into the room, then they decide it's going to be fun to like paw at the door. So I cannot win, it seems like. So there is that. Let me start putting in some of the labels for things that I have going on during the week. So I don't have a very busy week in terms of meetings. I was able to actually finish a big work project that I had going on. Pretty much my main like big work project that has been keeping me really busy this month. I was able to kind of wrap that up a little bit last week. So I will still be working on it, and I'll still be pretty busy with it, but not as busy as I have been. So that is a huge relief for me. And so this week is a lot more just laid back, double checking things, helping other people if they need it, all of that stuff, and just kind of finalizing a few things before everything is due like as a department. Other than that, I have another meeting on Thursday. I just flipped this over to look at something, but I have another meeting on Thursday. And so I'll just put that there. And then the interesting thing, or kind of the out of the ordinary thing that I have going on this week, is I'm actually flying up to Seattle because my aunt recently came and visited. She was down in the Phoenix area, and I was able to talk to her a little bit, and she has just purchased some property and offered my fiance and I to have our wedding at her new property, which if you know anything about like our wedding shenanigans over the past year, that is kind of like out of the blue and very surprising, because we had honestly like written off having a big wedding due to COVID. So that is now back on the table, which is kind of crazy to think about, but I am going up there to visit her property and just kind of get a good visual of what that could look like, and then also just see some family that I haven't seen in a long time. So I'm really, really excited. My fiance is not able to go with me because he has to work, but from Thursday through Sunday, I am heading up to Washington. So I am super excited to not only visit family, but to also see like what the potential is for this property for having just a small like family wedding, because yeah, honestly, I was just like, okay, we're gonna go to like the courthouse at some point and just get married there. So super exciting. I can't wait. I'll maybe talk about like wedding stuff later at some point if this ends up being something we actually do, but it's definitely a potential thing. So we'll just have to see. I'm really excited. Okay, so those are kind of the bigger things I have going on, what I think I'll do is I'm using the full boxes this week, and I want to, I think, just put them in the middle. I did something similar this past week, and it was fine because I was able to put like my appointment things up here at the top, then put the full boxes, and then I had like to-do lists down here. And I think I'll do something similar because I have a very like similar week to last week. So what I think I will do is, I don't think I'll use this box because it doesn't really match the other ones. There's not really any other quotes. So I'll start and use just some of these other ones. And I think I'll just alternate because there's like 2 black, 3 white, and then these other ones. So I am going to put in one here. I think I'll just like choose a line to line it up on. There's really no method to this in my mind, so if this ends up not looking okay, oops. I'm gonna put these 2 here because I want to put my plans that we have for me being up there in these boxes, just to kind of call them out. I'll do a white one here. And so because I'm traveling later this week, not only am I like focusing on work stuff and getting things done, but I also like have to focus on getting ready to travel. So like doing laundry, packing, all of that stuff, making sure I have everything I need. So that will be interesting. Actually, I need to do this. Okay, there is that. I'm also not necessarily a fan of traveling right now, obviously, with everything with COVID still going on, but I try to be as safe as possible when I do travel, and we really don't have any other plans. Like, we're not going out and about at all when we're up there. It's essentially just spending time like at my sister's house or walking around on my aunt's property. So I think we're being very safe in that sense. But it's just like not my favorite thing. But this is something where I definitely need to go up there because we need to decide if this is something we're gonna do before we like commit to spending the money on it. So I don't really feel comfortable just doing it without actually like seeing the place. Just especially since we had already kind of written off doing a wedding. So I don't know, hopefully that makes sense to people. So I have the full boxes in. I need to put a few other labels in. They're just little reminders for me of things that I need to do before I leave. So on Wednesday, I need to check in for my flight. You know, remind myself of that because I'll probably forget. I'm going to also put in a label for Friday. My dad is coming over to my sister's place. I have not seen him in a very long time since our vacation. Actually not last year, like 2020, but in 2019, we had like a family vacation and I haven't seen him since then, mainly because he's a little bit older, and so I've been a little bit worried about COVID and him having to travel and all of that, which was actually kind of a key reason why we haven't gotten married yet. So I know there's like lots of details surrounding all of the wedding stuff that I keep on mentioning, but there's just a lot of stuff that has happened over the past year relating to getting married. Okay, and then this spot down here is for to-do lists. So I have these to-do stickers from my shop that I'm just going to put in just to mark all of the things I need to do. And then after this, I think I'll just dive in and start actually writing down all the, you know, stuff in the labels and writing down my to-do lists and things that I have on my radar right now. And then we should be good to go. This is pretty quick and pretty simple plan with me, other than me just being very talkative. So I apologize if it ends up being long, but I think like the actual plan part is probably going to be kind of short. It's just me blabbering that is a little bit longer. So hopefully you have enjoyed hearing details during this plan with me. So there is that. Let me go through. I'm just going to speed through writing in everything. I just enjoy kind of like brain dumping in here during this part and not having to like have a conversation at the same time. It's just kind of difficult to be like writing things down and then also talking. So I'm gonna speed through this and I will be right back in just a second. So here is my completed week. I have everything filled out. Let me just walk through this really quickly to tell you what I did and what I have going on. So I have a meeting for work, not much else. I do need to make sure all my videos are edited and uploaded, not just for this week, but also for next week, just because I won't be home at all during the weekend. So that will be my big push on Monday, is to make sure everything is up and ready to go. Tuesday, I just have some things that I need to get done in terms of preparing for the trip, since I'm trying not to wait until the last minute to pack or get like my clothes washed and all that stuff. So I'm going to focus on that on Tuesday. I have kind of a light day at work that day in terms of I don't have any meetings at this point. So I'm looking forward to really just focusing and getting things done as quickly as possible in the morning. And then hopefully I will have just some time in the afternoon and evening to really focus on more personal stuff instead of working late. Wednesday, I just need to check in for the flight. I also don't have any meetings that day, so it'll be nice and easy to get my work done, hopefully in the morning, and then also have some time in the afternoon and evening for myself again. I'm getting all of my orders out on Wednesday to the post office, so those will be all shipped out, so I don't have anything to worry about over the weekend. Orders can come in, but I won't be able to work on them during the weekend. That's fine. I've prepared my shop for that, so we should be good to go. I'm just going to finish packing, and then I just need to pay a couple bills before I leave that are due like right when I get back. I don't want to have to worry about those on Sunday when I'm getting home. Other than that, really my weekend is very simple. I don't have any to-do list items just because I don't know what we're going to be doing and if I will actually have anything to do. So this is kind of blank, but usually what happens is throughout the beginning of the week, things will fill in for the end of the week. So I'm assuming I'll have a couple to-do list items throughout the weekend. Even though I will be gone, it might just be like emails or looking up things or phone calls or whatever it is. So I will be filling out these to-do list areas a little bit later. I have a meeting for work in the morning, and then I leave in the afternoon to Seattle. I'm super excited, like I mentioned, mainly just to see my family, just since I haven't seen my dad in a very long time. Friday, we are having a birthday celebration. So like I mentioned, my dad is coming over to my sister's house. It's really exciting because my sister actually just bought a new house. So it'll be the first time my dad and I are seeing her new place. And so she gets to show that off. So I'm really excited for her to do that. And then it'll just be like a little family get together in terms of my dad, my sister, and I getting together to celebrate mine and my sister's birthdays. My sister's birthday was in December and my birthday is on February 2nd, so just in a couple days. So we are having a little birthday celebration since it's pretty much right in between my sister's and my birthdays. So I'm not sure what we have planned, but I'm guaranteeing we're gonna cook something at home. We are huge fans, our entire family is huge fans of like fettuccine Alfredo, so we'll probably just pick something easy and fun to cook, and we'll just cook as a family because we never get to do that anymore. So I'm really excited for that. I'm just so happy that it's just gonna be like a time at home with my family. That's honestly the only thing that matters to me. And I'm really happy that I'm able to go up there and spend that time with them, especially around like my birthday, and to see my sister's house and to see potentially where our wedding might be, all of that stuff. It's just such a great trip in general. So Saturday, I need to check in for my flight coming home. That is the day that we are going up to see my aunt's property and her house. So I can't wait to just see what that looks like. Already, it sounds amazing. I just can't wait to get the visual. It's going to be hard because January in Seattle is a lot different than like summertime in Seattle. So that'll be the main challenge, is really like picturing what it will look like when the weather is actually really nice. I actually think it's supposed to snow like in Washington, maybe in the Seattle area, probably not where she lives, but it'll just be kind of difficult to be like, okay, this is beautiful, but what does it look like when it's actually sun shining? So, and then on Sunday, I have my flight home. Andrew has his bowling league, which he joined a few weeks ago, and he is absolutely loving it. So I love just keeping track of that because he always like updates me on his scores and all that stuff. It's really fun. And then other than that, there's not a lot else. I will probably just write a little quick to-do list for myself on Sunday of little reminders of things I need to do before work the next week, just to make sure I'm prepared for the following week, because it's always really hard getting home like late on a Sunday and then knowing you have to jump into work the next day. So that is probably what I'm going to end up doing. I have a couple things I need to make sure and do. I have some emails to send. My biggest thing is I need to make sure and download my Spotify playlist to my phone so I can listen to it on the plane. That was my mistake a couple months ago when we flew to Iowa for a funeral, is I forgot to download my playlist. So I had literally like 10 songs that I could listen to on the 3-hour flight. So I need to make sure and do that. That's written there. I will probably end up throwing it into my to-do list over here just so I like double don't forget it. Because that was awful. I will fill out my habits as soon as I do my weekly wrap up for this past week, so I figure out what I need to track. It's a little bit hard. I usually track like my eating habits and nutrition stuff and movement, but I don't really know what that's gonna look like since I'll be gone. So we'll just have to see. It might be just one of those weeks where I just kind of fly by the seat of my pants and just kind of be mindful of the things that I'm kind of trying to focus on, but not be too hard on myself if I don't get them accomplished during the weekend. So anyways, this is it for my week. Pretty busy in the sense that I have just this stuff going on during the weekend, but I am so excited. I can't wait to let you guys know how the trip goes. I am thinking about doing updates in terms of like what is happening with the wedding, since that is just, it's a huge part of my life, but I haven't talked a lot about it. So if you'd be interested in kind of hearing more of that, that's more of like personal stuff. And I know I don't get super duper personal on this channel. It's something I'd kind of like to do a little bit more of in terms of like maybe a day in the life or like a vlog or something like that. Let me know. I don't know. I'd just be happy to share more with you guys in terms of more in depth than just my plan with me's for the week and some goal talk. So just let me know. But anyways, that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed it. I can't wait to see how this week turns out, and I will update you guys throughout the week. I usually try and post like a midweek type thing on a Thursday, and sometimes like a full week, you know, review on Sundays on Instagram. So you can always find me there and see how this gets filled out, see what it looks like at the end of the week. I'll try to post some pictures or just some updates on what is going on during my trip, just because I think it'll be really fun. So anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great week. I'll talk to you later. Bye.